Well, I don't know if people are in here. All right. All right. Hello, YouTube friends. This is DT. So, very epic night last night. I was a part of a live stream with a guy who's really good at technical analysis. His name is Mitch Ray. I don't know if you guys follow Mitch Ray or subscribe to him, but he does some really good technical analysis videos for cryptocurrency and for stocks. And so this is a part of my journey of learning how to do technical analysis. Um, and that's just for my own personal development, right? Because, I really, you know, as time goes on, as more time goes on, I really see myself being more and more involved into cryptocurrency, right? Like, I see myself in the future not, I don't want to be at a point where I'm doing something, right? Like I'm working a job or I'm doing something that has nothing to do with blockchain or cryptocurrency, Like, I do not want to be there because it's like it's a conflict. Like, all I do is read news. I go on YouTube, look for any new projects that are that seem interesting, and you know, I'm just open. I'm open to crypto, so I don't want to do anything. So yeah, I'm trying to learn TA and Mitch Ray. Now, what's interesting is that he's very knowledgeable, but when doing TA on Bitcoin, is where he was making some good points, like drawing his RSIs and all these different lines and showing the triangle wedges, like the descending triangles and all that stuff on log scale. But he was wrong. He was wrong every time, um, predicting where Bitcoin will go price wise with technical analysis, with traditional technical analysis. But what I've learned from the past week of watching his videos doing TA on Bitcoin is that you cannot predict. You can't really predict this type of market with technical analysis, right? Which leads me to believe like when people go on BitMEX and these other exchanges. What's up, Raining Woman? Thank you for stopping by. Which leads me to believe that when people actually do go on to BitMEX and these futures trading exchanges, they are actually, I guess they're using TA, and in a traditional sense, you could say it would work with derivatives trading. But a lot of times it's like betting at a casino. It's like sports betting. You're betting that based on whatever you can gather, is the price is going to go down or up. And that's really what all we do. But with Bitcoin, man, a lot of people are getting liquidated, man. A lot of people getting liquidated with Bitcoin. I want to say in the past few days, um, the shorts have been dying, and this shows like to me like I don't want to trade. I don't like trading Bitcoin at least, right? Because of the fundamentals. I've really been like hardcore looking into like re-educating myself over and over about blockchain, right? And the more that I re-educate myself about blockchain, then I begin to realize Bitcoin being the first blockchain is is a freaking global game changer, right? Um, in so many ways. So, once I started learning that, it kind of, or relearning it, right? It made me realize that, wow, I've been in the dApps and the lending platforms and things like that for a long time for passive income, and it kind of made me forget, you know, how important it was, the reason why I'm here, with blockchain, you know. So I ain't gonna lie, I first got in because I was looking for ways to make money, but I did study the tech early because, I mean, that's what you do, right? And understanding, the power that lies in a public ledger that's immutable, right? It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. And then it was just like icing on the cake when you find out that it was born out of the 2018 financial crash. Really, because that financial crash was birthed out of money being printed out of thin air that didn't even exist. You know, loans going out, mortgages going out, that were just being thrown out there without really approving the borrower, to making sure that the borrower was fit, and then backing these mortgages, or then the banks turn around and issuing securities that were backed by these mortgages, right? So it was just like it was like illegitimate funds being put out there to make more money, right? And for Bitcoin is essentially, and I can speak on Bitcoin right now, right? Because not all cryptocurrencies are mineable, and they're not decentralized as you may think, or as immutable, right? Like, there's some coins that can roll back. They can roll back easier. Their blockchain is easier than Bitcoin. So, uh, it being like hard cash, man, it's like hard cash, right? If I give you $1, you have it, and that's it. That's it. I can't get it back. I can't give it to you twice on accident. I cannot I can't like control your brain and then like seize the money back. You have to be nice enough to give it back to me. Bitcoin is the same. I'm only speaking on Bitcoin. I know there's cryptos that operate the same, transaction wise. But once I send it to you, that is it. That is it. So it's you cannot inflate that. You can't double spend, replicate it. And to ensure that that doesn't happen, then that's where mining comes in. So I like that. That's pretty cool. Now, the government, I think a guy, Brad Sherman, I don't know what position he is in like the executive offices or the executive branch or judiciary branch, whatever branch, somewhere in Congress probably. I don't know what position he serves, but um, he spoke about trying to propose a bill to ban cryptocurrency in the U.S. And I thought that was, I thought that was hilarious. I really thought that was hilarious because it really shows how important crypto is, how much of a threat that it is to basically governments and the establishment, right? And I think what was most interesting about his proposal was that he was being very honest, and he knew the exact purpose of cryptocurrency. It was almost like he was awake. He was woke to what is actually happening, and thus, is the point where they begin to take cryptocurrency seriously. But I think at this point, yeah, they don't want everyone to be financially empowered, right? And that's the messed up part. Like, that's very criminal. That's very criminal. That they feel that they are in a position to take away people's financial empowerment. Like, Like that's just totally like you might as well try to take away people's weapons, whatever else, and I think this is going to be the last straw. I think this type of revolution, if you will, like especially in the US cuz it's due for one more. Um I don't think this one will be like a violent one like the Civil War or anything like that. This will definitely be fueled by technology. Um Bitcoin may be from what it looks like the leading cause of the new revolution. Their fear is financial empowerment not only of the citizens, but of their, I want to say their enemies, their OFAC countries, right? Iran, Afghanistan, Russia, you know what I mean? Like their whole thing is that they've been leveraging, the US has leveraged their power by putting sanctions on countries. They've leveraged their power by putting sanctions on countries, and because a lot of the countries are pegged to the U.S. dollar, their currencies are pegged to the U.S. dollar. With, for instance, there was an article I read about the Bitcoin Lightning Network, and the Lightning Network is basically when an individual can have like a node, they can run some type of node, and then therefore they can send or receive Bitcoin in a matter of seconds. And the node has been, it's like a lightning, I forget what it is, it's like this global thing where they're testing the lightning network, and they're just passing, like, I don't even know, like maybe like $3 worth of Bitcoin around the world, just testing it to see how far it can go before it runs out, right? And they I think the next I think the Bitcoin lightning passed over to, it wanted to go to Iran, right? But there was a person in Iran, they didn't want to get in trouble with their government or something like that because they couldn't participate in anything. And then finally, it went over to them, no problem, no intervention from their government, even though there was a conflict of interest between Iran and the US. And that shows that they're afraid of, you know, cryptocurrency being able to circumvent those types of that type of government control. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very evident at this point. I remember what, just last year it was all just theories and thoughts we were talking about. Like you just hear about it, how the world would be and in a cryptocurrency forward society. Now like all of the signs are there. It's happening, man. It's really happening. And I got a feeling it's gonna be an interesting next like 2 years. I would say definitely like going into third quarter this year, but even next year, it's just gonna go. I got a feeling it's gonna go crazy, man. And I think that's where we're at right now. It's gonna go crazy. What's up, Sam? When will Lightning Network come? I'm not too sure. I think they were still getting some. I think they want to make it more efficient. Because of right now, it seems like everyday people can't really run a Lightning node. I think for like the resources that would be necessary. So yeah, but yeah. Other than that, man, this is it's definitely the time. Like I feel like Bitcoin and some of these other cryptocurrencies, Litecoin, Ethereum, what have you, whatever else you're in. Some cryptocurrencies, some altcoins, I don't think will make it once like things really take off because as you see, um, when decoupling happens, um, once Bitcoin gets going, some alts, some it just makes sense, man, because what happens is that people jump ship, like they'll dump their alts, they go into Bitcoin. Even the projects themselves would have to dump alts. Sorry, even the projects themselves would have to dump their own cryptocurrency to go into Bitcoin to keep from going into debt or going broke. So it's a black hole. So, not all alts will survive uh, if this thing continues on this trajectory that it's been doing, uh, yeah, the past few days. Oh, okay, Huddle Monkey, gotcha. So yeah, my game plan, I'm not like my game plan is just to like try to, I'm still like trying to accumulate what I can, and in the near future, of course, I want to, like, this is like a store of value thing to me. Like, I want to have cryptocurrencies that I would like to transact with, because I think there's going to be ones that are going to serve as transaction based cryptocurrencies. Like, I mean, people always talk about XRP. I'm not much of an XRP fan, but I think will um, XRP will serve as a transaction currency. Litecoin will. Um, I think ETH would be a store of value, like, as well. For some reason, I think ETH would be a good store of value, especially when they release their their uh, their staking, right? When they ETH starts releasing their staking. Bit Refill blog and Bad Crypto podcast have had some info about using Lightning and where to get wallets. Oh, I'll definitely give them a look. I like Bad Crypto podcast. It's pretty cool. I haven't heard of Bit Refill, but I'll check them out. Um, so yeah, man. I'm still going to learn technical analysis. I just know that it will not. I'm not going to lean on it heavily. At this point, fundamentals are way too strong for technical analysis. Cryptocurrency fundamentals is just too powerful, man. Too powerful. I think at this point, a lot of the people who are invested are who are holding cryptocurrencies. They are they are strong hands. I think at this point, there's really no weak hands in there. Um, I'm hearing people projecting dumps. I'm not. I would. I mean, a dump is fine. I really don't care. If it dumps, I'm gonna try to get more. That'll give me an opportunity to try to get more. But I'm not going to hold my breath on that, simply because it's been tested, man. This has been tested heavily. It capitulated in uh, November last year, when it went from 6,000 to three. Rolling into the new year, it still held. You had ETF been slapped down. You had the Bitfinex thing going on. Really didn't dump on that, and now you have, what is that? Oh yeah, Binance. So I don't know, man. It doesn't look like there's room for dump at this point. Doesn't look like it. But I am interested to see how things will play out once Binance enables withdrawals and deposits again. Um, there's a lot of trading going on, of course, because Binance will only let you trade. They won't let you withdraw and deposit uh, till they, I guess, figure out how to make themselves more secure. Um, so that means Binance is probably making a shit ton of money on trading fees at the moment, because I'm pretty sure everybody's like trading like crazy on there. But no withdrawal is happening. So and Binance won't let you go from crypto to fiat there. So it'll be interesting to see how many people actually leave Binance. I think confidence has maybe been restored, but you'll never know until they um, open up the withdrawals again, and we'll see how people react to that. All in all, at this point, I'm really, I mean, man, just take it one day at a time. This is reminding me of 2017, though. Like the definitely the feeling. It is around that same time. I think I remember spring 2017 was when you started noticing these gains, and not only in the alts, like the alts are catching up. Like you see today, like alts finally caught up to Bitcoin yesterday, going crazy. So this is something that I did notice in 2017. Just the feeling of it. But what was amazing to me was last night. I was up 3 in the morning just watching the price go up on the Bitfinex exchange, and man, I was watching the price on Bitfinex, Coinbase, I think Kraken. Really, just go to Coin Market Cap, right? And you can see all the exchanges, all the markets that the coins are in, because it lists the price for them all. And I just noticed like the what was it, the separation, the degree of separation between the exchanges. Like there was some huge arbitraging opportunities, um, because Bitcoin was just going up so fast. Like I think like one exchange it was probably like 6,900. The other was like, oh, man, it was probably like $300 spreads, man. Um, I mean, granted, I wouldn't want to move around like 6, 7 grand like that, but there was some huge spreads, like you know, from last night's run up. Let me take a look at the chat here. Small crowd today. Yeah. So another thing too, man. Um, what I noticed there's a lot of YouTubers that are back. There's a lot of YouTubers that are out now. Like YouTubers I haven't seen before, but I subscribe to them. I subscribe to them because you know, I like hearing like bullish news. I like hearing bullish insight, so I listen to them. So I've been subbing to new YouTubers. Been looking for my old YouTubers to try to find out where they are. So I don't know. The community's growing, man. Community's growing. I'm gonna drink some of this. I love the wildlife. So this neighborhood that I'm actually in right now, it used to be. I can tell it's very obvious. It used to be forest and trees, and so like you would see randomly like I see a lizard probably once once a day. Lizards, rabbits. I've seen a vulture once here, and those are some ugly ass birds, man. A vulture is freaking scary. So I seen a vulture, and I think it was eating probably like a dead cat or something in the middle of the street. But this is a lot of vegetation, like, and you can like breathe it in the air. It's like just wildlife, man. Wildlife, much better than being in the inner city with all the too much concrete, man. Too much buildings, too much taxis and smoke, exhaust, bad energy. Sometimes get away, man. It's good to be in the countryside, man. It really is. It really is. Like like I'm so interested like from being away from the nature for so long. Like once you look in the trees, like I look in the trees just to see how living things are living. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to see how birds are just chilling up in there, like they doing their thing, like they got their own living room, TV set type thing in there, like all up in there. Free rent. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty cool, man. Pretty freaking cool. I've noticed that the audience has changed a lot since my last few live streams. The it's been it's really about adapting. You have to adapt, you know. Um, in life, you make the mistake of thinking that things are going to be constant, you know. And that's the number one thing. Nothing is constant, you know what I'm saying? And all you can do to hedge is hedge, man. You hedge everything in life because nothing's constant, you know. And so I guess you could say that about this channel, right? Like at one point, this channel, you know, depending on the project, depending on how well it's doing at that time, is when the audience will show. But the thing is that, and as I've been actually saying this plenty of times throughout videos and live streams, like personally through live streams, is that things change and you have to take advantage of them while they're here, right? Because you don't get many opportunities and you don't know how long things last, right? And that's just looking at it from a reality standpoint. So, yeah, yeah, man. When opportunities come, you hit them, and that is it. And you hit them and you get what you can so you can get out of it with an experience, with a great experience, with something of value, and you go on to the next thing, man. Or you just sit back and watch and wait till you want to get into something else that feels good, that you got a good feeling on, you know. And you speculate, but you speculate, you have an advantage. You have, yeah, you come out with advantage, and that's what it's about. So, other than that, this is gonna be a short stream. It's about 30 minutes. I did pretty good. Just checking in, sharing, man. Just vibing out. I'm gonna get back to enjoying everything here, and I'll catch you guys later. Appreciate you.